Welcome to another episode of Technical Earth Syndicate. I'm Michael Buffington, and I got a guest with me.
Woohoo!
It's Ryan Schaefer again. Woohoo!
Hello.
Unfortunately, Chris is not with us today. He is in the process of figuring out his house because he just moved. So we're going to be doing a cool little interview with Ryan Schaefer to talk about his new upcoming game, Crash Planet.
Yes.
And I gotta say, I've played this, and it's awesome.
All right. I like to hear that.
Yeah. So up next, we're going to be doing a pre-show talk, and then we'll be doing developer topic attack. So stay tuned. All right, Ryan. Before we usually do topic attack, we like to do like a pre-show talk about what we've been doing, and I'm going to ask you to tell our audience who you are and what you do and what you've been playing or something, or what you've been doing. Anything important you want to share with everybody.
All right. Well, yeah, my name is Ryan Schaefer, obviously. I'm just a software developer for Monster Media in Orlando, but I'm also a hobbyist game developer. I work mostly with Flash, and I just finished probably the biggest game I've ever done, which is still not very big, but it was big enough, and it should be hitting market hopefully in a couple weeks.
Awesome. And that's what we're going to be talking about in the topic attack, correct?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. What have you been playing recently? I know you bought an Xbox One, right?
I did, but I have not been playing that at all. So, thinking about making the switch, to be honest, to the PlayStation 4.
Did you buy any games for it?
Yeah, I had Forza and Dead Rising 3, and I played the Titanfall beta on it. That was the best thing
okay.
that I played for sure.
How's Dead Rising?
It didn't control real well, to be honest. I mean, this premise was cool, and there were tons of zombies on there, which was awesome. Like the mobs were huge. And Forza's Forza. I mean, it's great, but it doesn't capture my interest for the long haul, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not a huge racing fan, but I played Forza back on Xbox 360, and I think it was the first one. And it was fun, good customization, everything like that, but I could never really keep myself into racing games to play them long enough, to make an impact, I guess. But it seems pretty fun. What else have you been playing, though, other than the Xbox One for those games?
Well, I've been still playing Final Fantasy 14 a bit, although I think I'm kind of wearing out on that.
You just hit 50, didn't you?
Yeah, I got 50 probably a month ago or so now.
Oh, okay.
And then I just got into the Elder Scrolls beta, so I checked that out a little bit today. I haven't had a whole lot of time to play with it, but looks.
What do you think so far?
Well, it looks pretty cool, but I mean, I've only played like maybe 30 minutes.
Oh, gotcha. I played a little bit of it myself, like a couple months ago when they gave me a beta invite or something, and I was just like, oh, I'll check this out. It was okay. It was like a normal, go here MMO, do this quest, that kind of stuff. So.
All right. I've also been playing Outlast a bit, and that's awesome. That game is scary. Really scary.
Chris was playing it on PS4, and he said he had to put it down. So that can tell. Like, Chris is a big horror game fan, and that just tells you something. And it freaks me out too. I'm doing my second. I played it on PC a while ago, and I got pretty far into it, but I'm playing it again on PlayStation 4. And I gotta say, though, when you play it again, the same parts, it's not as scary as the first time you played it. It's like you already expect everything. So
yeah, I could definitely see that. I mean, even when I play it and I like die on a certain part, going back through it's not that bad. But I still get scared enough where I try to play at night with the lights off, and it, I'll play like maybe an hour at a time. Then I'm like, all right, I got to stop and freak out.
An hour is about all you can take. Yeah. I'm afraid my heart's gonna give out or something.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's really stressful. It'll turn your hair gray.
It is, especially when you're in the dark and your battery starts running low on the camera. It's like, oh god.
Yeah, I did a Let's Play video on our YouTube of me playing that, and you could see the pure terror in my face at certain parts, like the beginning when that body dangles down when you open the door and it makes that loud noise. I jumped 10 feet up in the air, man.
Yeah,
That was just
that's the first thing, right? That's like one of the first things that happened.
I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. I'll have to watch
Yeah.
that video though. I haven't seen it. Sounds amusing.
So you can make fun of me. Yeah.
I can empathize with you.
Yeah. There you go. But yeah, I mean, I played Final Fantasy 14 for a while. I haven't played it in a while. I was kind of waiting until the game goes live on PS4 again so I could check that out. I've already started messing with the beta on PS4 right now, but they don't let me have my character, so there's really no point to play it. So,
Oh, is it only in the beta you can't have your character?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
When it goes live, all the servers are going to be there. If you had current characters on other servers, you can still play it. So,
Cool.
I mean, that's nice. I still prefer PC, but the cool thing on PS4 is you can connect a mouse and keyboard up to it and play like a PC. So,
Nice.
that's something you couldn't do on the PS3. They didn't have the right inputs. So, but that's cool. I've been doing a lot. I've been really watching the Amnesia Fortnite for Double Fine, their Twitch series that's going on right now, where they're raising money to develop Double Fine games.
Okay.
Have you heard about that at all? It's really cool.
I think a buddy of mine was telling me about it the other day, but I didn't look into it a whole lot.
Yeah, they have a Twitch stream and they do a live show each day showing the developments of their games, and some of them are looking really cool. Like this one called Steed. Um, it's about a horse. Your main character is the horse, and you have to pick up riders to go to their duties, like their dungeon findings or whatever like that. So you're basically playing Crazy Taxi medieval.
That sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah. So I've been following that, and they got the Little Buds game by the guy. What was his name? Pendleton Ward, that does Adventure Time. That show Adventure Time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's head of a development team on Double Fine project, and it's like this weird little game with little pink dudes in it you can interact with or something. It's pretty nice watching it develop. But I've been paying attention to that and that Pokemon plays Twitch thing.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot about that actually. Chris Wingard, I feel like he's posting about that a lot, but I haven't checked into that myself either.
Yeah, basically Twitch is playing Pokemon, and as of tonight of me recording, they've gotten to the Elite Four. So that by the time our fans listen to the show, I'm sure they've already beat the Elite Four. And it's so chaotic because there's like I think it was 1 million strong at one point, but thousands of people are putting input commands to move the character.
Oh
Or
man.
press A or whatever. It's insane. So I've been watching that.
Yeah, I was wondering how that works. So that people just on Twitch, they just put in whatever command they want and the character does it?
Yeah, they Twitch has chat on the side to talk to developers or people playing games or whatever.
Right.
They turned that into a relay to give commands to the actual game.
That's pretty incredible.
So, yeah, it is. Now I only watch it in small amounts, but I've been very, very interested in it recently, especially since they got to the Elite Four. So I was just like, wow, I can't believe they've done this.
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool. I'm gonna have to check that out.
It's chaotic and it's blown up all over the internet, and it seems like more and more people they might do this with a lot of different games. So
yeah, I was gonna say I thought I saw just recently. I mean, I saw the Pokemon thing a while back, maybe a couple of weeks at least. But I thought the other day I saw a different game, and I was like, oh man, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's insane. So I've been watching that, and I may not be gaming per se, but I've been diving into the development of Double Fine's projects and also watching some crazy, unique social experiment with Pokemon. But I've been playing the PS4 as well, and not as much. I play Call of Duty. I play Battlefield on my PC. I've been playing the new Thief, which is pretty good. A lot of people don't like it though. Apparently, I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, I saw you posting about that. I hadn't seen much on it, so I didn't know what people were saying about it or anything.
Yeah, people were trying to compare it to the Aliens Marines game that was terrible, and it is nothing like that. That game was terrible though. So aliens, culinary marines, they cook for you, I guess. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, but I mean, that's pretty much all I've been doing. But if you guys haven't checked out Double Fine's project, I think they got like 6 days left. So by the time you guys listen to this, they'll have like a few more days. But you can fund it and watch their crazy experiment. And I think if you pay $35, you'll get a Blu-ray DVD of everything they've done for the past 2 weeks. So it's pretty nice.
Culinary Marines sounds like it could be a Double Fine experiment game.
Culinary Marines?
Yeah.
It has to be better than the Aliens game that just came out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Anything else you want to add?
No, I think I'm good here.
Awesome. Well, up next is Developer Topic Attack. We haven't done one of these in a long time, so stay tuned. All right, Ryan, here's your big moment. Your promotion for Crash Planet.
Woohoo! All right. Let's get going.
Now, you gave me a link to this game a few weeks ago on your Facebook. You're like, hey, everyone, try this out. Let me know what you think, if there's any bugs. And I couldn't find any bugs. And maybe I'm a horrible beta tester, but I also couldn't get too far in that game because it was incredibly hard.
Yeah, I got that a lot.
But you know what? It's good. I really like that about your games that you develop. They're incredibly hard. What was that? Your first big one that went to Newgrounds? It was the Castlevania type game. What was that?
Yeah, it was Night of the Living Dead.
There we go. Sorry, I couldn't remember that. I should have probably wrote that down. But that's what we talked about on an earlier podcast last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, that or year, I can't even remember now.
Or the year before.
The year before.
Yeah, had to have been.
Yep.
How long have we been around? No. So that game was incredibly hard, but very fun. Good throwback.
Yeah, I had a lot of people. A lot of people did find it hard, but they seem to like it, so that's good.
Yeah. Now tell us about what this game is about, and let's go from there for now.
Well, in typical, kind of old school game fashion, you're basically a warrior that has to kill a bunch of aliens because they are going around the galaxy destroying civilizations. So you get sent to their homeworld and you have to destroy all these generators that are powering this force field. Then once you get past the force field, you make your way to like the final zone where you destroy the planet and kill the aliens.
It's pretty awesome. When I played, it was great. I was having fun with the music. I was, it was a really good game, and it actually resumed my game, because you have like a continue mode too. So
Yes.
it resumed my progress after that. So that was awesome. And it is Flash, correct?
It is Flash. It's built on the Flixel engine, which is pretty awesome. It just handles so much of the grunt work for you, and just kind of lets you make the game you want to make without worrying about, the super technical side, like all the collision stuff is handled and everything.
Right. See, Flash isn't dead, guys. It isn't.
It's not dead, or if it is, I'm just like an awesome necromancer.
Yep. Flash has been around for so long that no one really can put it down. People are still working their asses off on making good games or Flash animation and little funny videos or whatever. I mean, shoot, I grew up on all that stuff. And I love seeing throwbacks or, full-fledged games done in Flash games. It's awesome. Now, would you ever be tempted to port this over to HTML5 later on down the line?
I probably wouldn't port this one, but I'm definitely interested in HTML5, and I've toyed around with it. But this would just be, I think, too big of a project to try to move over
Okay.
and implement all the systems, because I'd have to port the underlying engine also,
Yeah.
which I don't want to do.
All right. Inspiration for the game.
Definitely the Guardian Legend on the original NES.
Hmm.
That was such a cool game. It was kind of a mix of like space combat, and then there's kind of that overworld kind of shooter style thing.
Right.
So I stuck with the overworld shooter style for this because I didn't want to do a space combat game, but
Well, it worked out. I've never played that game on NES, but I did. I have heard of it though. So
yeah, that game had some great music too. It was awesome.
oh yeah. How long has it taken you to develop this Flash game so far?
Well, it took almost a full year. Like in 2 days, it'll have been a year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I didn't realize it'd taken that long either. But yeah, March 2nd, I looked at the when I first posted about the game was pretty much the first day I started working on it. And it was March 2nd of 2013.
Oh.
So we're coming up on a year. And I mean, it was a year of off and on. Like, sometimes I'd work on it really hard for a while, but then I might take a couple weeks off just so I get burnt out on it.
Almost sounds like this podcast sometimes. It's a very rare treat when people, get in an episode. No. No, so it's taken almost a complete year to complete, and you're still not completely done. You still have a little bit more to work in the next couple weeks before release, or is it pretty much, you just got to do finishing, polishing, or anything like that?
Yeah,
to it.
Yeah. The game is largely finished. The only thing I would have to do coming up would be like implement any third-party APIs, like. I'd probably distribute it, on Newgrounds, Congregate through Mochi and all that. I think that they all have their own kind of APIs that I'd put in there. But other than that, like the gameplay and the graphics, all that stuff is done.
Awesome.
Yeah, a lot of people did find bugs during the beta test, which is helpful because when you play something so long, I already know what to do, so I wouldn't even try some of the things that other people were doing.
they were just trying to break your game, huh?
It worked.
Of course, you got a lot of game developer buddies, and they're probably like, "Hey, yeah, let's tear apart this game."
Yeah, well, they succeeded fairly well.
Well, you got most of that fixed now, correct?
Yeah, all the bugs, all the bugs that I know of are fixed. I'm sure there's still some in there, but that's with anything. I don't think you're going to get any. You're never going to ship something with 0 bugs.
Right. That'd be bad. Really bad. There's plenty of people that usually do that. Flash developers I've never seen really ship with bugs very often. A lot of the stuff in like Newgrounds is pretty solid and everything like that. Even your last game was really solid, but
actually, what was it? Night of the Living Dead. I think, a year after that came out, me and my buddy were playing it at work. I mean, at home. and the first boss we got to, we found a bug where it made you could not kill him because he would fall through the floor, and then you couldn't hit him anymore, so you were stuck. You had to restart.
Did you end up fixing it after a year?
No, I was like, I'm done with this. This game's a year old. I'm not going back to that code and trying to figure out what's wrong with it.
Are people still playing that one though?
I haven't checked lately, but yeah, it got a fair amount of plays. And it got featured in some video on YouTube, which
I remember that.
Yeah, that got a ton of views after that. So I guess maybe here and there people are still playing it, but it's definitely web games. I mean, you typically have a very short window in the spotlight, unless you do something like The Last Stand or something that gets huge and sticks around for a while.
Let's see. And what engine did you use to write this game? And maybe, can you talk a little bit about the engine at all?
Yeah, it's called Flixel. It was written by the guy who did Cannibal, which I think is one of the more popular Flash games and everything. Adam Saltzman is his name.
Okay.
Yeah, it handles everything from like collision and displaying, rendering, all that. It's got its own like time step for the game. You don't have to worry about setting up your game loop or anything. Um, yeah, it just makes it really nice. And I did have to make a few changes to it, but in general, I mean, everything you need is there, and you just have to worry about plugging in the pieces, to make the actual game. The groundwork is there for you.
Hmm. Awesome. Um, Now, are you planning on doing a sequel after you finish and release this game, or have another project in mind?
I have quite a few projects in mind. Not a sequel to this. I'm trying to decide what I want to do next. Like, I really kind of want to get another mobile project out there, so I might try something with that. But then I also want to look into HTML5, or maybe do a 3D game, because I've never attempted a 3D game before. So I might try something with that.
That'd be cool. Are you thinking about like diving into the Apple market and Android market for mobile phones or anything like that?
Yeah, I think the next project I do will probably be a mobile, um, not so much a game, but an application that'll people can get on Android or iOS.
Cool.
I guess aside from that, the only other thing is I'm trying to improve on art a lot, because I feel like I'm not really an artist, and that's really what took the longest on Crash Plan. It was trying to get it to look good, because I went through so many iterations on different pieces, because I was never really happy with the way things looked.
Hmm.
Um, I'm not an artist, so that's one thing I'm trying to get better at. So um, maybe after the mobile project, I might take some time to really kind of settle in and try to work with like vector art and everything.
You need an artist buddy to help you out with some of these so you can push more projects out.
Yeah,
I wish I was good at computer art. I'm not really that great, so I'd donate my time for free for you.
yeah. Most artists don't want to donate time for free. So.
Yeah, well, I don't have too much going for me other than the podcast, so I always find new projects to do, all that kind of stuff. But if you need any music inspiration, maybe I can help you with that.
Yeah, that would be good. Music's always one of the harder things to do, also, because I don't make music, so I have to kind of ask people and hope to let me use their songs for free.
Now, for the music for this game,
Yep.
who did you get to let you use this music, or was it a friend, or did?
No, I just went to Newgrounds and basically looked through all the songs on there, tried to find stuff that I thought that I liked and that I thought kind of fit the theme of the game.
Mm,
Because a lot of stuff, there's a lot of good music on there, but it doesn't always fit the game that you're working on. So once I found something that I liked, I would just message whoever made it and ask them if I could use it in the game, and then obviously you give them credit in the game for the music.
right.
And most guys are pretty cool with that. I haven't had anybody say no yet, so that's good.
Definitely. I'm sure you'll get one or two every once in a while. But most people that put their music out there for free for download usually want you to use it for whatever, most of the time anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be beneficial if people play the game and they like it. They see who did it, and then they go check out their page.
It's kind of like Chris from Curious Panda Games got, what was that artist that let him use on Rhythm Destruction? Forgot.
I can't remember the name, but
It was a few different artists, but I mean, that was awesome. That was great, because that guy had some really good music. So
yeah, they did some popular stuff. Like they did was it Pump It Up or In the Groove, something like that?
yeah, I remember that. One of those dance games.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Chris is probably listening to this going, "Ah, you guys suck."
sorry, Chris. Unless we got it right.
Yeah, that would be good. Then he's praising us. Yeah. Maybe.
Have him on another podcast and he can set us straight.
There we go. He's supposed to be on a podcast in the future talking about his new game. Maybe we can have all of us on there again. That would be fun. Do you have anything you want to say to our audience about developing video games and what they, anybody interested in the industry or even doing self projects like what you're doing right now, hobbies or, whatever? Do you have any, inspiring words for them,
I would just say if you want to do it, you definitely can. There's plenty of resources out there to learn. Probably the hardest thing is just picking a project and sticking with it. And just, pick something really simple, like if you think something's easy, you should probably pick something that you think is even easier, because it always turns into a bigger project. And it's more complicated than you think
Right.
when you're starting out. So, and maybe just start with something simple. Say, I want to get a character, moving around on screen, and do that. And once you have a guy running around, then you can start, building a level around him, or, figure out what kind of game you want to make.
Hmm. I'm going to plug my stuff in here.
Of course, yeah.
No, which I may need your help eventually for this project. Do you know RPG Maker, the newest one? It's been on Steam and everything like that.
Yeah, I know of it.
Yeah, it just got it just got workshop support on Steam and everything like that. Anyway, I've been buying all the little content packs and everything because I plan on making a game.
Nice.
Actually, a technical Earth Syndicate game where it's going to cast a bunch of members of people that have been on the show. It's going to have Eddie Vincent on there. It's going to be awesome. So I may require your help for a little bit of it, but I gotta write out the script first, and that's, like I said, I've been really going through each process of trying to figure out what I want to do.
It is definitely a process.
Yeah, but it's gonna be like episodic, chunks of it. So
yeah, there you go.
But yeah, Crash Planet. Where you said you can find it on Newgrounds, maybe in a couple weeks. I'll post a link on our Facebook whenever you release it. But we should expect it, in probably 2 weeks or so?
Yeah, I'd say 2 weeks is probably a safe bet. I'm kind of trying to shop it around for a sponsor, but I guess the sponsorship market isn't what it used to be. So haven't had anything yet. So if I don't find one in another week or so, I'll just put it up on all the portals myself.
Yeah. Indie development. There you go. Now, actually, before I go, what would the sponsor do for your game? Just curious.
Oh, well, it depends. There's different kinds of sponsorships you can get. Like if somebody wants an exclusive license to, have the game only on their site, they'll pay you some money for the game.
Right.
You'll slap their logo in there, maybe implement any APIs that they have. And then, it's usually just kind of a time-based thing. Your game will be on their portal only for,
right.
a few weeks, and then you can kind of sell it to other sites if you want to. Or
Awesome.
if the license allows for it.
Right. Normal sponsorship, pretty much. That's pretty cool. I was just curious, like, what the difference is with Flash games and everything like that. It's pretty much, it was pretty much the same stuff that I already knew. But that's cool. At least you informed our audience. Haha.
It helps.
It does help, especially if anybody's trying to get into this, exactly what you're doing as well. So
yeah, you could check out I think it's FGL.com. It used to be FlashGameLicense.com. That's a good, or a market anywhere where you can sell your stuff.
Now, are you also going to be releasing this on your own website? Isn't it www.runo.com, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if I'll really put it up there. I know it sounds weird maybe because it's it's my site, but I kind of use that mainly for kind of a portfolio or a blog where I just kind of post.
Yeah, I love your blog on there. You talk about the latest Flash news and everything like that, which is great.
Yeah, I'll probably keep the game. I mean, I'll have links to the game on there, but it won't be hosted probably on my site.
Awesome. All right. I think that wraps up Topic Attack. Next up, the ending of our show, because it's a very short show. Sorry, guys. All right, man. This is the end of the line.
I'm just
kidding. What? No. I was just, making conversation. No,
I didn't know if this was still the show or not.
It is still the show,
okay.
kinda. This is where I ask you, what are you gonna do later on after this show? You gonna play some video games?
I'm gonna watch some Blues hockey, man.
Awesome. I saw your sweet sleeve.
Oh yeah.
where people were debating whether or not you got official fanboy tattoo on your arm.
Yeah, I did not.
I saw the package next to you on the table, and I was like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
ah.
I should have hid that.
It was awesome. Huge blues fan, right? So
Yes, sir.
yeah, I got our buddies at First World Podcast, Greg. He's a huge blues fan, so like,
Nice.
yeah, he lives in St. Louis, and that gives me a reason to go visit up there. And I know you want me to go up to St. Louis next time they start playing some games. It'll probably be next year, most likely, but that'd be awesome.
Yeah, if I can make it up there at the same time, I would love to go.
Yeah, we just got to plan around it, and we'll be able to do something like that.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, man. So you said earlier on, what you've been doing, you might make the big switch. Is that going to be the switch to the PS4, maybe?
Oh yeah, I kind of feel like I don't know. The Xbox One was like the reason I got it is because they were billing it as kind of more than a game machine. And it was going to have all this other media connectivity, and it was going to be the one box for everything, right?
Yeah.
One box to rule them all, I guess. But it seems like the PlayStation 4 is ahead of them, not in games and also in other media connectivity. Like they've got
right.
The NHL app, which is huge for me. Obviously, they had. Did PS4 launch with the Twitch streaming, or was that just added?
Yes,
they did.
It launched with it, man.
So Xbox is. I saw they were getting that next month. I'm like, wait a minute. I thought PS4 already had this. Like, they're several months behind on that. Yeah, so I don't know. The PS4 is looking pretty good to me right now.
You had one, but you sold it for some money.
I did, yes. Well, I told myself I was only going to get one of the next gen consoles, and I cast my lot with the Xbox, and now I'm going to reel it in and recast it with the PS4.
Good man. No. Oh, we can all game and do some let's play crazy or Twitch streams of all of us playing or something.
Yeah, and the PlayStation Plus is even that's such a good deal. Like the games you get on there are actually good games for free, and it's pretty incredible.
You still play your PS3, don't you?
I do. I still have it hooked up. That was another game I was playing. Was Dragon's Crown.
See, we're merging this conversation to our beginning conversation. No, it doesn't matter. It's into show talk. It doesn't matter.
It goes full circle.
It does. It really does. We talk about technology, gaming. It doesn't really matter. But what was it? Dragon's Crown?
Yeah.
I hear that's really good, and everyone's talking to telling people to get it. I know First World Podcast. I think a few of them have played it over there, and they said it's really good. I think Chris is going to be buying it soon.
Nice. Yeah, the art is really good in it. I mean, it's Atlas, and it's just it's 2D, but it looks so good.
Yeah. I've been playing my PS3 a little bit, actually a little bit more than my PS4, because I bought Beyond Two Souls and The Last of Us, and I just finished Beyond Two Souls, the Ellen Page game.
Right.
It was really good. I liked it, but I think this weekend this week I might start playing The Last of Us. I'm trying to make myself play it because I know the storyline, and I know it's very depressing, and it gets your feels all hurt. Obviously it's because it's a story about a parent and a daughter, and I have a daughter myself, so I couldn't really see myself in a post-apocalyptic world with my daughter. Yeah. It's scary.
Actually, the last time I was on this podcast was the day that came out.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I just picked it up.
Because we interrupted you and you were all sad. You're like, but I just picked up that video game.
Yeah, I had it on pause.
Did you like it?
You know what? I really enjoyed the story and everything, but I felt as a game it left some things to be desired, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Not trying to bring you down.
No. I like to hear people's, thoughts. I've already heard enough about it. I've avoided spoilers though from everyone, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is pretty amazing.
I have superpowers, I think. But yeah, I might play that. I don't know. I need to finish Thief. Like I said, that's a really fun game. I'm probably gonna be playing the crap out of Thief. So we got Dragon's Dogma, not Dragon's Dogma. My bad. Dragon's Crown.
Yep.
And Thief probably being played.
Cool. Yeah, and I will say, the story was good enough to where it kept me. I played it all the way through. So
Yeah. I'm excited to play it. I'll probably, like I said, I gotta force myself to play it because it took a lot to, it's gonna take a lot to play, honestly, because I just hear there's some really depressing moments in the game. I'm just like,
yeah, you can do it. You can do it, Mike.
yeah, I can. Do it. uh, well, that wraps up the show. I'm gonna do some shout outs for, of course, First World Podcast. You guys are awesome. You're always awesome. Make sure you guys check out their show. You really should check it out. I think it's sometimes better than Technical Earth Syndicate.
What?
Sometimes. Nah, well, maybe. It's equal. I think we're equals. We'll go with equals.
There you go.
Make sure you check out First World Podcast. Their website is www.fwpodcast.com. And that again, that's fwpodcast.com, First World Podcast. I also want to do a shout out for our good buddy Mike Ross. He's deployed right now and he can't be on our show, and he'll be back sometime soon, hopefully. And do you want to do any shout outs, man?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to the Level 1 Wizards. Another fantastic group of developers that make little Flash games. They do some awesome stuff. Check out They Took Our Candy on Congregate. It's a good game.
You can follow me on Twitter. It's mbufftes. And do you have a Twitter still?
Yeah, I do. It's at RHUNO. Yes, sir.
We also have a Facebook. Just type in Technical Earth Syndicate. You'll find it. Same thing with iTunes. We're also on Stitcher Radio now, which is awesome. I'm glad they let us be a part of their Stitcher Radio app. So make sure you download that app. We have a YouTube. I haven't been updating it. I'm sorry. I know. Maybe I'll do some blog videos or something of me. I don't know if people want to see that. Let me know.
I just want to see you play scary games in the dark.
Well, I got a couple on there. Okay. Thanks again for being on our show, Ryan.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone for listening. We'll see you next time.